Hello again. So recently I've started getting into, I was going to start trying fermentation. I do lots of canning and preserves already. Never got into fermentation, so I started my first batch, just some pickled fermented ginger, small batch. And I didn't really have a jar set up for this. I tried using the plastic bag full of water method on top, and wasn't working out satisfactorily for me. So I've chucked that. Didn't save it. Would have showed you. Didn't look good. So we're gonna go ahead and make a airlock top for a standard jar or a mason jar, whatever kind of jar you happen to have. I have airlocks here. I have plenty of those. Just two of them there. I've got a bunch more for my home brewing. So I figure pretty easy. I'm going to go ahead and just drill some holes on the top of the small lid jars here. You could do the large size for largemouth. I don't have a lot of extra largemouths laying around. And I do have, these bungs sitting here, these three. They don't really fit any of my brewing apparatus per se. So I haven't really been using these three. So I figure I'll put them to use. And you'll see I do have a couple of Phyto jars up here. I didn't have those until this morning. I had to go over to my mother's house. It's where it's where all my tools basically are being stored currently. And she had a couple she wasn't using, so I've got those too. But for smaller batches, which is what I want to start with, I got a couple of smaller things I want to do where I don't need to fill such a massive jar. I'm going to go ahead and continue on with my original plan. So that's what's in my head. So let me just get a couple of tools together and I'll be right back. Alright, well, be right back. Turned into several days because the mounting plate for my hole cutting, the hole cutters I have for my drill bit was not in the kit when I grabbed it from my mom's house, so I had to go back and dig through all my stuff to locate the correct pieces so I could actually hook them up to my drill. So, alright, so let me get these all mounted up to the drill. And speaking of that, I'm using a 1.5 inch hole. Obviously you would just use whatever is going to work with your bung. Just measure that, or just do what I'm doing here. Just find whichever one you can get inside, but pretty straightforward. Don't need the plate for the smaller holes, but I didn't have this piece either, so just to be clear, I didn't have any of the pieces I needed. First thing, just gonna pop a hole center-ish on each of these, just to give my drill bit something to guide it. I need to get a drill press. Alright, just did a test run. 1.5, too big, I think. Well, I mean, it fits, but it's, you're losing a lot of headroom in the jar. So we're gonna go down to my next smaller size, which is 1.25 inch, which technically it's gonna be tight, but I think the hole will be a little bit wider. I'm not gonna widen it if I have to a little bit to accommodate. So let me switch my drill bits and we'll try that. Let's try 1.25. And I'll repeat, I need to get a dang drill press. clean that edge up a bit, but yeah, we're going to widen it just a tiny bit, but I think cleaning it up will accomplish that. So let me just clean that edge up a bit. I'd say that'll do. Easy peasy. So let me just roll a couple of these more up and we'll finish it up. Okay, went ahead and drilled me another one. So I've got 2 of them. Like I said, I have more of these things downstairs. I have hundreds of ball jars of all shapes and sizes. At this point, it's just getting them put together here. Slide this in there. Bam. And there you go. Home fermentation jars. Made for nothing. Maybe I'll throw some pictures up of my second batch of pickled ginger I'm going to do here once I get it done. Show you what it looks like. Throw it at the end of this video. Alright everybody. Enjoy. Thank you.